those hands that are educated. And you get with the people you need to get with. You need to get convinced about it. It doesn't even make sense to me. What you're talking about ain't hitting no nothing with me.
Get your Suzies going, those cocktails flowing. Welcome to all of the LGBTQIABCDEF and especially the G.
I'm the ones, twos, and the threes.
You are now in the place to be. AM is who I be.
And 7, that'll be me.
Just when you thought you knew all about that,
We promise, you ain't never heard it this way.
we just hashtag what? Not that kind of gay.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another fabulous episode of Not That Kinda Gay, where we have our very special producer, writer, and let's not forget her major talent that she brings to here on our show. And you may not see her often, but she's always in the background.
Yeah.
Angel Lee is her name.
Take us
Let's
forever.
give it up for Angel Lee herself. Ooh, 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 ooh,
Writer,
ooh, ooh.
activist, producer extraordinaire herself in the third chair today to come and be with us as we go through our first episode, guys. We're going to do all the segments today. You're going to get everything.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that and
That and this and this and that. So let's get right into it. First up on the docket, on the tab today, you got your Susie going because we got ours. You got your cocktails flowing.
I don't have a suit.
Clean, 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 clean. You got a Susie. It's just in another form, girl. We discussed this. We discussed this. What was that, episode 2 or 3?
Order.
We discussed this. And the Susie could come in any form. It could be edible.
Okay, so we're going to stay on topic here.
Let's do it.
Today's episode will be about
We're getting right into the hot topics.
hot topics. So hot topics we're going to cover Jussie Smollett today. We're also going to cover R. Kelly with his silly crazy self. And last but not least,
the NFL owner, Mr. Krabs, who got crafty and caught up in a prostitution ring recently,
I forgot that was on the tab for today. But last but not least, we're going to talk about Mr. Tristan and Chloe.
So we got a lot to unpack. Let's get right into it. The hot topics today. R. Kelly, right off the top. Now, who saw the documentary? It was a 6-part Lifetime documentary.
What was that documentary called? Giving a coochie to R. Kelly?
No, it was called Surviving R. Kelly. Now, this documentary has been the catalyst of everything that's happening ever since, basically.
And what happened was?
So, where we stand now, which is why it's a hot topic today, is because Michael Avenatti, who is the attorney representing at least one of the alleged victims, says that there's a new sex tape that is surfaced. So we all know and have probably seen the
Michael, you need to go find you another occupation.
No, he's doing exactly what he should be doing. Defending victims who have been
I thought that Michael Avenatti was
Kelly's lawyer. No, he is the lawyer of at least one.
Oh, I apologize. Take that back.
So, he says that this new sex tape shows R. Kelly engaged in vaginal, anal, oral sex with 14-year-old minors. There's no doubt in this tape at all. And the important thing is that the victim is willing to testify to that. So we know also from the last tape that didn't happen.
But can I ask you this, AM? That man got a lot of money. Do you think he's gonna be able to buy his way out of this one?
So it's funny you bring that up. The attorney says that this was one of the reasons why he got off. He ended up getting off in 2008. Is that R. Kelly's money was able to pay off people in the background, and that's why he was able to be found not guilty or acquitted of those charges. But he's hoping that having the victim on his side this time and actually willing to testify and be a part of that proceeding, that it'll actually come to.
I hope it does. This is ridiculous. It has been way too long. His team has been very complicit and compliant.
Good for you to bring that up, because unlike the 2008 lawsuit, which only tackled R. Kelly, this one is actually going after those people that you say were complicit.
Good. And they don't have that money. Their money is not that long.
That was the one part that that was my takeaway from the actual documentary, is that all of these people were able to give accounts of how, and it matched, like the stories matched. If they were being interviewed separately, and they didn't know who else was being interviewed, and they all were telling the same story, I'm thinking to myself, like, at what point were you to be held responsible for this? So I'm glad that this is happening.
So, last but not least, let's bring this to an end. We kind of tackled that one, but how long is R. Kelly planning on spending in jail? How long do you think they're gonna give him?
Good thing. R. Kelly is facing serious time behind bars. Excuse me.
Oh, don't die now.
Me too, if I can't handle my Susie.
Oh, tag on the bag.
The criminal sexual abuse charges are class 2 felony, and each charge carries a maximum sentence of up to 3 to 7 years. So he's got 10 of those counts. At least 9 of them I'm thinking are going to stick. So 7 times 9 in my book is 63 years. This man could be gone for a long time, y'all.
Well, R. Kelly, that means you have a lot of time to get your booty hole played in. You have played in plenty of booty holes. Now it's your turn. Enjoy yourself. We'll see you.
I don't know anything about that. I'm not that kind of guy. And welcome back. We're going to get right into it. The next thing on the docket is you know, y'all, it's winter time, so it's cold outside. But there's some spicy stuff going on up in New England.
Oh, is that the NFL owner over there throwing shade?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
He got busted in a prostitution ring. Now, let me tell you something. If I have millions of billions of goddamn money and dollars,
you pay for what you get.
Well, why you gotta get this? Now, there are a million and one ways you could get money, and you don't have to be out here pimping people at the, what was it? It's called I got the name of the place for y'all.
Asia Day. The Orchids of Asia Day.
That's what it is. The Orchids of Asia Day. So, bitch, that don't sound like Happy Ending in the back for you.
Look, I knew what it was.
That don't sound like that, y'all.
Credit to Angel Lee for the motherfucking information. Yeah.
So, what do we know? He is a longtime New England Patriots owner, Mr. Robert Kraft. His charges.
Hold on, what's his last name?
Kraft.
There you go.
Crafting up things, huh?
Crafty Kathy.
So the charges come after a months-long investigation surrounding human sex trafficking at the Orchids of Asia Day Spa in Jupiter, Florida. Ooh.
Jupiter, Florida.
So while the prostitution solicitation charge is a misdemeanor, the raid on the spa and the ensuing information around it is what's getting Mr. Kraft into hot water. Because, guys,
Mr. Kathy,
they say that there's actual videotape. And anytime things are caught on video, you know it's going down, Glenn.
AM, your skin is glowing.
Thank you so much. It's the lighting.
You and Angel Lee is looking good tonight.
I appreciate it.
And I'm over here looking like I'm beat the fuck out.
Maybe we'll switch. Maybe we'll see these this time.
No, bitch. Maybe you get what we need.
Anyway, according to Sheriff William Snyder, managers at the spa allege that yes, Mr. Kraft is trafficking these women.
Mr. Kathy is his name. He's Crafty Kathy. You out here slutting these girls in and out. But you know what I feel about this? This is my take. But who cares what I think? If these girls willing to do it, Let them girls
See now, there's a slippery slope. What is willing?
Well, they
what is willing?
They slopes.
That's not true. According to
pussy and breast sells.
According to the sheriff, these women were forced into this. They were trafficked directly from Asia over here to this day spa.
You gotta think about it though. We on one hand are talking about R. Kelly and the girls are being trapped in rooms, and now we got this one dude who is just.
It's interesting. It'd be interesting to compare these cases, though, to see how they treat a rich white man versus how they treat a rich black man.
That's true.
I'm definitely willing to bet one is going to become a victor over the other.
That's true.
Exactly. He's gonna pay his way out.
So where this gets interesting though is because, like I said, it's a misdemeanor, so it's not like he can face as many charges as we think or as much time at least as R. Kelly. But this could get interesting because it violates the NFL's code of conduct. So even as an owner, he could be subject to, huge fines, which they've done in the past. Mm-hmm. They could also ask him to step down. So we just gotta stay tuned, see what happens with this.
So the Mike Anthony guy, is that his last name?
No, that was the attorney for the R. Kelly case.
Yeah, I know, but it's back to him because it was something that I wanted to ask. How many of those victims is he representing?
I think it was just one.
Just one, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the NFL has done this in the past. They Indianapolis Colts owner, oddly enough, where our special guest is from. The
and
owner
where is that?
It's in Indiana.
Yes! Give it up for Indiana! And you have the queen herself! And
the owner of that
I'm not from here.
she's not from
here.
She currently resides.
She owns a couple properties there. Yeah.
But I brought him up because in the past the NFL did suspend him for 6 months and fine him $500,000 for his role in driving under the influence back in September of 2000.
I would love to be able to have just $500,000
to just have to pay for a fine, right? But I'm not doing no shit that has.
Angel Lee, when are we getting these $500,000, honey? I know you got them coming because you are putting in the late nights and the early mornings.
When somebody sends us an email, we don't have to
get that email.
Guess what, y'all? Y'all better send us an email before we are booked and busy. You can't get to us. We are available.
At notthatkindofgay@gmail.com, boo.
All the time.
Okay. And we respond quickly.
24/7.
About it because we were going back and forth, me and the guy, especially in a group chat, and really it was me and AM going back and forth on how we were going to address this. And I had to bring my take and I had to put my little producer hat on, and I said, well, we don't want to be like everybody else. Otherwise, why do we even have this podcast? Right. We want to, as a platform for the LGBTQ community, we want to be different from CNN and TMZ. Right. Now, we don't have the followers like CNN and TMZ.
Not yet.
One day we
not yet.
But we will get there. And so I wanted to be different because right now we're following a news cycle.
Right.
I don't want to be like that. I don't want to say, oh, well, allegedly this is what's going on. Like, allegedly, for what we know so far, and what we haven't seen the end of the story. So I don't want to chase stories for the sake of having something to post about or having something for an episode of Not That Kind of Gay. I actually want it to be its true self as it can be, because Jesse is a part of the LGBTQ community. I am not, even though I am an ally, and that's, you know how you got all these
A, B, C, D, E, F, and the G.
And especially the G.
Right? And so I didn't want, and as a producer, I felt some kind of way about it. I said, I don't want to be like everybody else. I want us to talk about it in a roundabout way, or just talk about it.
That includes all of the facts. That includes as much
what we know, kind of thing. So,
that's why he's also our Puff Down this week. We're gonna just jump right into it, y'all. Puff Down, is where we spend the time really dissecting an issue with either a special guest or from our DMs or from our Instagram posts or whatever have you.
It goes down in the DM. It goes down in the DM.
We want to get serious in spite of the two people joining me today, because we want to use this opportunity to highlight why it's important that we believe victims in spite of this happening. I don't want to lose sight of what the Me Too movement is about, what Time Up is about. It is about making sure we assert that it's okay to be a victim. Now, it's not okay to be a victim, but it's okay to speak
your story.
Mm-hmm. To live in your truth.
Right.
I totally agree.
So, we know that in our community, probably more historical sense, it used to happen way more often than it happens now, but I don't even know if that's the case. I think that it's highly politicized now, and it's highly in the media now, so I think we just know about it. I think it's probably safe to say that this has been happening forever.
Right.
And whatever Jesse's situation is right now, we don't want what happens to the LGBTQ community. We don't want what Jesse is experiencing to negate that fact.
Right.
Just because what Jesse is or is not doing, that doesn't mean you can go say, oh, and all those other hate crimes are not true. No, that's not what this is. No. Very true.
So it's important to note that at this point, the investigation is not over. The police department, the same police department that hasn't found Ntkg Jenkins and didn't presume.
Where's Ntkg at anyway?
We don't know still to this day. They also didn't find that police officer guilty for shooting that guy in cold blood in his back, I believe, actually.
I do want to point out that police precinct that arrested R. Kelly and the police precinct that arrested Jesse Smollett, they have had some superstars come to them.
Maybe Jesse got some things moving in Chicago. I don't know. But we do not want to jump to
Chicago they are cleaning house.
We don't want to
all the girls out. Chicago, you better get in order. They're getting you out of there.
We don't want to just jump on the bandwagon and assume that everything that has been publicized is correct. To just earlier this week, Jesse released, or the police department released text messages where he had been in talks with these two gentlemen as trainers.
Well, not two gentlemen, AM.
One of them.
One gentleman.
One of them.
So one of the gentlemen, he was Jesse. Allegedly he was Jesse's trainer, and Jesse had wrote the trainer a $3,500 check for a nutrition plan, and he also wrote the check to make sure Jesse Smollett was following his diet regimen that he had laid out for him. So
story.
It's so many stories,
different layers to this story.
And I know I can be ignorant and to the fact of I felt like this story from the beginning wasn't making sense, and I've always said if something don't make sense, it's not right. And then as I been able to dissect it and get to the bottom of it. It's kind of, I don't know what I want to believe anymore, but either or, I'm standing by Jussie because he's a part of the LGBTQ community. And I don't believe that is any of our hearts to put out false information.
But if he's wrong, I want to leave it to the justice system, which I don't have a whole lot of faith in either. But I don't want to be one of the people who publicly judges him because that's not my place.
Right. But I want them to take it easy on him.
What I will say though is that I don't know. I want
What's
him
your
to
opinion on taking it easy?
I want him to
because I know you're so straightforward and you dig right into it. What should they take it easy on him? He's one of us.
They should treat him with the same they would treat anybody. That's the goal. That's the idealistic goal.
Okay.
I do hope that he doesn't get any more justice than what he's guaranteed to, but I don't want him to get any less because he's Jussie or because he's black or because he's gay.
I mean, I felt some kind of way about it. Like, even when all the memes started coming out, I'm just like, with the platform that, you know, working with you guys and stuff like that, I was taking it personally.
Exactly. You really was, Angela. You was.
I was taking it real personally. I was like, okay, because AM was like, we're about to post it, we're about to talk about it on the episode. And I'm like, we're not about to talk about it on the episode. We don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
We are not about to be like everybody else chasing a little story. I didn't want to do that.
Right.
But I think that we can include it in this episode because it's what's going on as we know it.
As we speak, literally, y'all. As we release this episode, there's probably going to be more developments that we're going to have to come back and discuss again.
But I feel like this is such a sensitive conversation, and I don't want to give this too much energy because I don't want to feel like we're bashing our own. We will give you what's reported. I don't really feel like we can speak out personal feelings.
Which brings us to our point of the puck down in the first place.
Exactly.
We wanted to use this as an opportunity to shed light on some real hate crime.
Right.
Whether or not Justice is real or fake, we don't know yet. We're going to find out, and we'll update you as it plays out. But according to NBC News, there was a 17% increase in federal hate crimes across the U.S. Actual validated experiences that people went through has gone up 17%.
And you know why that's cool?
Out of these seven, and I guess a lot of them have come as a result of that. I can see that happening.
Oh, I don't see it happening. It has happened.
Out of the 7,175 bias crimes in 2017, there were 8,828 victims, and 1,470 of them were sexual orientation or gender identity.
That is crazy.
And these are just that are reported.
That's just what is
reported.
Yeah,
because you know some of this stuff is swept under the rug.
How many people, and not just LGBTQ, how many people have gone missing and we don't know what happened to them? Because for one reason or the other, but these are the only ones that are reported. Like, this is ridiculous.
And people typically get away with these crimes. They get to do it and then poof, that's it.
Yeah.
Or they don't get any more than an assault charge. When in reality the crime includes so much more. You have to be motivated by the thoughts in your mind to
you have to, but you have to, on a legal standpoint. I have a paralegal studies degree, and on a legal standpoint, they right. Okay, that's what I got. But
yes. You better come through, Angela Hunty.
But no, when you think about it from a legal standpoint, it's with the NFL owner. They only charge them with the lesser charge.
Right.
Because really, if you go for the higher charge, you might not get anything to stick. That's why sometimes you get the lesser, like a misdemeanor or something like that. So I think that it's important for us to just be glad that these 28 victims were even identified. Like, because again, you have so many people that disappear. They consider them runaways, so they really don't follow up on.
Right.
It's insane. The world that we live in. So it's crazy. I mean, you do have those. It's famous and not so famous. You know, crimes like every crime should be famous,
Right.
and ignored.
Right.
You know, you got the transgender activist Marsha P. Johnson in the 90s that was murdered. You have Islam Nettles in 2013 was murdered in Harlem, and the guy wasn't even given a life sentence. He was just given a few years in jail, and
for
he was
the assault,
out.
right? And then he got out, right?
Yeah. We just need to take note.
So that brings us to get more knowledge and make sure you are staying abreast of everything that's going on.
And make sure you're not part of the problem, but factor in the solution. Be solution oriented. Let's get rid of rape culture and toxic male masculinity.
Because that's where a few of these crimes end up. Somebody's frail, male, fragile ego. They feel as though they've been insulted, and you know they.
You won't love me, you know, Donald
Right?
Trump's head ass mother.
Or it's just crazy. Like I just don't like the world living in, and I think with the political climate of the Donald Trumps and the MAGA hat people, they're feeling comfortable with how
Especially because of what Jesse said.
they feel very comfortable, and so you see the people that result in these kinds of attentions are the Native Americans and the Black people and the other minorities that are out there, and we have to survive in this climate, and it's nothing to take lightly. So again, I don't want people to look at Jussie Smollett and think that he defines all of us.
Right.
Me and my personal stance, I really hope he didn't do this. I hope it comes out, but if he does, if he is accused, I mean, he should be punished. Unfortunately, he should be punished. So, more to come.
More to come.
On the docket this evening is the jackass himself, Mr. Tristan Thompson.
He is our jackass of the week.
Just jackass. You know what, Tristan? All I'm gonna say is, this is just my personal opinion.
You
know
had it in the palm of your hands, and you
had that Kardashian money.
But you had the one of the ones to have.
That ain't been around with all the other ones.
Well, now
she ain't slept with all of them.
Now let's tell the truth.
No,
let's tell the truth.
Well, she
that last name is synonymous with being around. So.
No, with her sisters, with a sister.
I love them all. And I love a woman who can own her own sexuality, and all of them do. But what I'm saying to you is, Chloe was the one to have.
Well, apparently Miss Chloe has thrown in the towel. She said, Mr.
She's
Tristan,
done.
she is done with
you. Can you blame her?
I don't. Because she was crazy for going back to him the first time, because I will never give you 2 times to play with me. So that all
you think? Okay, now.
I don't
listen.
care.
Come on, we gotta break that down first.
What?
Because even in that, you saying a whole lot. We gotta unpack that.
Oh, well, unpack
You
it.
said that you're giving a person. Yes,
What
you
need,
said
your
that
lunchbox?
you're not giving a person another chance. So cheating is an absolute no go for you.
Well, I've been through the cheating thing. I've experienced that.
Have you been on both sides?
Have I ever cheated?
Yes.
Look.
So this is what I'm saying. This is why I brought it up. I want to be sure that we're clear when we say things that we wouldn't tolerate, we're not out here doing too.
You're right, and I did probably say on an episode or so before that I would tolerate a lot of things, but let me break it down to you on this here day. You must have your teeth. You must not cheat on me, and you must not have no debt.
I will say that
That was my 3.
that's your 3. You finally gave me 3. You finally gave us 3, y'all.
Debt free and loaded, bitch.
So listen, It's not that definite for me.
8/40/2020.
It's not that definite for me because it depends on the circumstances around the cheating. Now,
I just want to really hold on. Sorry. I so thank you, Angel Lee, for coming on this evening. I feel like I had to pull teeth to bring you
got into thanks.
I know, but I'm just so excited.
We know.
Shut up.
We're gonna give her thanks. We are gonna give her thanks. He makes me sick, y'all. Now, what I'm trying to say is, you got me all. You got me all off, y'all. You got me all off.
Bring us back, produce.
Anyway, let's get back into this because he made me lose my point with all that.
Angel Lee didn't forget.
Anyway, we are told that Tristan flew.
About this whole situation. Allegedly,
Yeah.
Chloe and Tristan, he was with somebody when he started messing around with Chloe. So,
I forgot to bring that point up, huh?
I feel bad. Not really. Allegedly, of course.
Got him how you lose him. I mean, you get him how you lose him, huh?
Exactly. Like, you can't be
Same way you got him is the same way you lose him. That's what they say. Tristan, let me tell you something. I don't even know. They say that thing ain't even that big, so I don't know how you putting it in everything, walking and talking. Allegedly.
But the thing is, like, you're with a Kardashian.
Right.
They're going to notice where you
Oh
are.
my.
You know what, y'all? But I'm about to give y'all some more mind-blowing things to
Break it down
consider.
for us, AM.
Is it about these Kardashian women? Or what does it say for us regular ass people? If Khloe Kardashian...
You know what?
she said, I'm not regular. And Cardi B, before she was Cardi B, she was regular schmegular.
She was, what's her name? What's her name?
Cardi B.
No,
Becca Lee.
Becca Lisa.
Okay,
Yeah.
so listen. All I'm saying is, for everyday people
Right.
who are out here dating and online dating and trying and failing and breaking up and making up, like, we're doing all that stuff with the nuances of everyday life. And these bitches got literally everything at their fingertips and cannot keep a man.
That's true.
What are we doing? Are we doing?
No, I don't feel like we're doomed because I have. Well, you
But
have
it's
as
not
well.
we're doomed or not. It's about what makes him the jackass of the week. Like,
Everything that he did. Okay, so now we haven't even really gotten to the nitty gritty right here doing this screaming and yelling. Listen, y'all.
Hooping and hollering.
He slept with
What's her name?
Jordan Woods.
Jordan, you came out.
You know
that
what?
night.
We're gonna do a special favor for the two of them to this week. We're gonna bestow upon them both awards for jackasses.
Oh, I'm just like, why
because
would you do
these
that?
two motherfuckers together don't make not one bit of sense. Did you see? We're gonna put a picture up right now. You see it? This is the picture of what Jordan Woods used to look like. It's amazing what money can buy. And this old
I need some money.
rat infested thing gonna sleep with this girl's man. They just had a baby.
Your sister's best friend.
Jordan, you are like the lowest of the low.
She ain't the best friend no more.
She have been evicted from Kardashian Land.
Right?
Good day, Jordan Woods. You have been.
Y'all know that they're coming after her in the worst kind of way. And
they have unfollowed you.
There's nothing like a Kardashian school.
Okay.
is working on that. Okay, press for that.
And you know what? That mama Chris ain't been right since that husband turned into a woman. So
it is always something going on in that house.
Yes!
I cannot wait to get out to LA,
honey.
So I can ride past Calabasas. Bitch, y'all give me money, and that's one of the. I'm not looking in that neighborhood.
I don't want to be nowhere near Calabasas, California, because all of my transforming into people that you're not. They walk around with these big ass fake butts and all these fake titties. Everything in California is fake, and I'm a real bitch. I don't want to be around that fake shit.
Everybody's dying to be black, but ain't nobody dying but black people.
Ooh, Pastor A.
I mean, you know,
every
once in a while I come through with a jewel.
Well, put it on back in the jury box.
What else do we need to say about this? Because other than being the jackass of the week,
Tristan is messy. That's the conclusion.
you know, he been doing this since we know that he been doing this since October 2017. This woman has tried to make this work with this man, his little penis, so
Little dingaling.
He's about to come after you.
little
she gave birth, and that man was in a hookah lounge with some other old big booty Kardashian looking lady.
And he's famous for kissing the girls in the mouth. I'm surprised he don't have what you call it, mono.
Yuck mouth, the mono.
Yeah. Chloe, you better go get your doctor records and make sure that you don't have mono or skipto or crepto.
Listen,
because that man is diagnosed with some nasty
in
stuff.
all seriousness, I know that this really hurts her because she has really, we watched her publicly want and need for love. I stopped saying desperate because I
didn't mean to say desperate.
I'm in myself in a similar place in life. I think me and Chloe are the same age, and there's a difference between being alone and being lonely, and I understand where she's coming from. She's wanted love for a long time, so she wanted to grab it and hold on to it, especially since she had a baby with this man. So I just want to spare her feelings too. Hopefully you can make it through this, Chloe.
What's your opinion on it, Andrew Lee?
I mean, it's just a mess. I don't understand how they can keep up. The Kardashians can keep up with all of this. Chris must be.
It's hard keeping up with the Kardashians,
right? Like,
well, when you got Kardashian money, you can pay all kinds of people to do whatever you want them to do.
I mean, yeah, you love who you love, and you're with who you're with. It's just a lot. I can only imagine.
But this is proven that it don't matter how much money you got. It don't
money
solve
don't
your
buy
problems.
happiness.
It does not buy you happiness.
It does. Lonely at the top, I keep saying.
So, I don't really want to give too much more light to this because I just feel like Chloe, you know that you was dating a dog when you got with him. And I don't want to put this stigmatism on all athletes and superstars or whatever, but all of y'all are cheaters. All of y'all are liars. All y'all are dogs.
And we watch Basketball Wives. You girls put up with a lot of bullshit, and I'm not putting up with all that. So good luck. And then wait, some of them choose to.
Yeah, and some of them don't care.
You know what?
But I'm not sitting at home
study enough. I might too. Actually, let's talk about.
You
it.
got a point, David. Because sometimes
Put
money
me on the payroll, Nick.
No, ain't no payroll.
Put me on the payroll.
You better put me on the settlement.
You're gonna be out there putting that out in the streets. Put me on the payroll.
I'm not waiting around in installments for you to pay me. I want mine up front. No, ain't no payroll. Give me my couple millions and leave me alone. No, ain't no payroll.
Get better, Chloe.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Chloe, yeah.
Absolutely. That's the point of this.
You got a whole daughter. Be about your daughter.
Yeah, be about
True,
her.
you are so beautiful, True. I really hope that you keep coming through.
You know, the thing that these celebrities don't realize is that all of this stuff that they do is going to be available for their little people to grow up and see.
But you know what? They gonna be like the Paris Hilton girl. Paris Hilton done lived her whole life on TV for a long time.
That's why Paris Hilton ain't got no kids yet. She realizes they dig up the shit with her and ooh.
Exactly. She said, "Ain't nobody time me."
Okay.
So that brings us to a closing this evening on Not That Kind of Gay, where we had our fabulous guest, Miss Angel Lee, our producer, writer. We're glad that she came on this evening, and I want you to know it has been a eventful evening.
Indeed, y'all. Indeed.
So, Miss Angel Lee, as you know, we always like to get our guests feedback on what they think about the show and what do you think the show is heading and how do you think the show is doing and what is your feedback?
Ooh.
I love the show, and I'm not saying that just because I'm an executive producer and writer on it. I think that this is a really good platform. You really don't see it. I mean, and I listen to a lot of podcasts. I just don't see it out there.
Right.
I just want you guys to keep working and keep grinding. Yeah, I just put another hat on to tell y'all to get it together. But no, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all inviting me on this journey. Like, it's been fun. Again, it's like I'm behind the scenes, but I feel like I'm in front of the camera.
In the trenches.
So, thank you for having me. And if you guys want to get in contact with me, just, I guess, just email. Not that kind of gay for the most part. I know you got all my credentials and stuff like that. But
we will be listing all of your credentials just in case.
Look, here it is.
Just in case that you guys want to communicate with her. But let me tell you something. She's not going anywhere because she's going to be blessed staying here with us. So again, we want to let you know we love you, we thank you, and everything that you are doing behind the scenes is amazing. And we give kudos. So with kudos are to be given. Thank you for tuning in
again. Remember, you can find us on our Instagram at Not That Kind of Cheat 1. You can find us on our Twitter at Not That Kind of Cheat 1. You can find us even on Facebook at Not That Kinda Gay. You can find us on Snapchat at Not That Kinda G1. And send us all of those questions, comments, concerns, hate, love, support, disses, anything you got for us, we are ready to receive
and
it.
Y'all people stop giving me y'all nasty feedback on what y'all feel about me. I don't care. I'm going to be who I'm going to be. I am fabulous at all times. I'm the boss.
We will see y'all next week, y'all, on another episode of what?
Not That Kinda Gay. We love you here on Not That Kinda Gay. We hope you tune in to us again next Wednesday. And we're giving you all the
what time?
7 a.m.